Hey guys, this is Rachel Feldman from Rachel's Wellness. I'm the proud owner not just of Rachel's Wellness, but of detox.rachelswellness.com. And if you are a health coach, which I have a feeling you are since you are watching this, then you want to check out both because they have awesome resources for you. You can get all the tools you need to boost your business and take it to the next level and totally go from feeling blah to blazing at detox.rachelswellness.com. And if you want to check out more about my health coaching and what I do and how I help coaches, you can check out www.rachelswellness.com. So let's rock and roll today and get the monkey off our back. See this little guy? He is the monkey. So right now we're at Mailchimp. And what I'm going to do is take some of you step by step, because you've been asking a few questions on the forum about what is with this little monkey. I've switched from Constant Contact, which, yes, is uber easy, my friends, and which is why I loved it. But what I wanted to do was have the ability to build my list. And one of the things that Mailchimp does for you is create fabulous forms that are easy to use once you get the hang of it. So what we're going to do is kind of do the once you get the hang of it tutorial right now. So number one, let's even just go into building a list. We've done this before. We're going to create a list right now. I'm going to call this fall test list for educational purposes. The default name, and this is who you want your emails to come from, so they recognize me. I'm going to say Rachel Feldman. And then I might say Rachel's Wellness. You can also put your website in there. I'm going to just have people reply to my Mac email to just make it simple. And then choose a list. I already have existing lists, but if you don't, you just want to write a short reminder on how this recipient joined your list. So I'm going to actually pull it from another one that I have so you can actually see what I write. I say Rachel's Wellness is committed to protecting your privacy. You have received this email because you have opted in at one of Rachel's Wellness websites. One of the things that I highly suggest is they will always use your address that you signed up for Mailchimp. So I highly suggest that you change this just as I did. If you don't want your phone number flying around everywhere, take it off. And then you have options for a daily summary of when people check in. You also have a 1-by-1. I don't want any of that. So I am actually going to hit just save. Now we have created a fall test list for educational purposes. Now what I'm going to do is create a super duper cool campaign. And I'm going to create a campaign because I want to be able to send something to this really cool list. So let me go to where our list is. It may be it. Now, as you can see, I have a lot of lists. So we're going to send to that entire list. I'm now going to go into setup. I'm going to name this campaign Fall Test Educational Purposes. Email subject will be kicking the bloat to the curb. I have a secret to share with you. Then you see up here is my name, where they're replying to. You then have the option to track. you can click to, Google Analytics. You can to track here. Also, you will see social media. You can allow Facebook. You can add auto tweet campaign. And again, when you click under info, you can customize your tweet. You can allow on Facebook. So if I wanted to do this, and if I wanted to click on that, I would then have to link it to whichever Facebook page that I wanted to link it to. So that is one thing. Again, this is already linked, so it will create that URL for you. And that is what you see with Mailchimp that's different. It actually has coding that it will create. So if I wanted to actually make this social media, we're just going to do, and we're going to keep that. The more options, provides this email's not forgery and helps to avoid spams. I always keep it that way. Now I'm going to click the design part. I like to just go into that first template, and I like to go to my templates. I think a one column is great. And see right here, it gives me some different options. So what I'm going to do, just to show you guys, is we are going to pick from some images that I already have, just to make it easy. So I'm actually going, because we talked about kicking bloat to the curb, let's just talk, let's put this she's a great girl. So we're going to hit select. And she's going to go right in. Oh, and this girl is eating some potato chips. She might feel a little bloated. So all of a sudden, I click once here, designing my email. And I'm going to say, kicking the bloat to the curb. And then I'm going to tell a little story. I am Rachel Feldman. There was a time when I felt bloat was taken over. But those times are gone, gone, gone. Want to find out how? Want to know my simple tricks? My secret tips, we'll say. Check them out here. So then what I would do is list, because everyone loves list. So maybe you can do that and then enter result 1 or tip 1. Tip 2, tip 3. What I want to also show you right here, and as you saw, you really need to click this. If you want to change the color, you can go to here. Maybe we want to have that. If you want to insert a link, maybe I want to insert my link. Let's just use this for purposes. Or maybe I wanted to, actually, let me pull up my Detox. So I'm going to go to Rachel's Wellness. Bear with me as we get there. I'm going to go to the Fall Detox. And what I'm going to do is actually insert this here. What you can do if you want to mask that link is you can say, click here for my program that will make sure you are bloat free. So if I want to mask that, what I can do is I highlight that. I do the click again. I paste, I insert, and all of a sudden that becomes my link. So you have two options. I can then make that highlighted. I can even do little, oops, and then let's make that bigger so people see it. And let's actually make that all one color. Let's make sure that it's consistent. So you'd have your tips, you would have your program, and then of course you would follow through with making this more of an email. You then can also add social shares, and you can insert the block right here. And so somebody could share it, tweet it, forward it to a friend. And then you go into this part, which is important. You want to make sure that you put the current year. You want to make sure that you list your company. I like to put just 441 and Glades Road so that my entire address is not out there for the world. And then you want to hit save and close. Now, of course, need inspiration on design. We would take that out, and I would insert, my own signature or a picture signature. But then all of a sudden, we have just created a campaign. So we want to hit confirm. We need to add, actually, this is going to say resolve. So actually, instead of, for today's purposes, I have a list already for me. Even though that may sound a little confusing, we're going to go back and I will show you how to actually add to that list to make sure. But I want to just show you that we are confirmed. And you can open in preview so you can see what it looks like for your client. You can have a really cool fun, as you can see, share, tweet. Also, now let's go back, now that we've confirmed this email, and let's go back to our list for the purposes as we need to add somebody. So I'm going to add myself to my list. Then you have to hit click. Now I'm added to my list. Now I can go back to that campaign, edit. I can go to setup, make sure everything's fine. Then go back to recipients and hit confirm. Oh, but it's saying resolve. So maybe when I, for some reason, did not hit save, let's just go back to our list, make sure everything, so for some reason it did not get saved. So we want to make sure that we do that again. And again, this is why we're doing this activity today. So subscribe. Hooray, I was added. Let's confirm that I was added to this list. So it's showing that the list is fine. And let's just go back to our campaign. But for some reason it's showing there's a problem. So for this part of the exercise, until I can go and figure out why this is happening, let's just go with the list that I have already created for the one recipient, which is myself. I would then confirm. And I have to resolve that. It will always tell you to resolve and just hit confirm. And now we're all set. So the monkey will always tell you if there's a problem. So you can schedule it. And this is where the difference between an autoresponder or a campaign, you can schedule each of your 17-day emails if you want and schedule. So they can be, and you do not have to upgrade to autoresponder if you decide. And they could be scheduled on all different days at every time of the morning. So this is not just an exercise today on an autoresponder or a campaign. An autoresponder means if somebody buys your product, they immediately have a domino effect of emails that are going out. If you have a campaign, you can set these up as you're seeing right here to go out on different days over the 17 emails. So we can schedule that campaign. I'm going to cancel it, and we are going to go get the monkey off our back with this list and see why we are having some issues. So let's just see what is going on here. So one of the things that we want to make sure is that when we subscribed, that it's correct and there's not an issue. And let's just see if there is. And so it's still showing no subscribers. So we want to make sure that we manage the subscriber. Everything looks fine there. But for some reason, I didn't get added. So let's just add a different email just for this purposes and see if we can figure this out. Because typically you can add anybody and they are subscribed. So let's just go back to let's just see if we are good to go, if we have subscribers for this. Now all of a sudden it's showing 3. For some reason the monkey was on our back. So the greatest thing that you can learn from this exercise is to just stay patient and just figure out why there are problems. Sometimes we need to just refresh. So now I'm on this list 3 times, which is fine. But now we have a list that has the emails. You've seen how, yes, it can be a little frustrating at times, but you can get it done. If you want to take a person off of your list, sorry about that. What we can actually do is hit right on the list. You can see right here, and I'm actually going to delete myself. Confirmed, we are deleted. And all of a sudden you have a campaign with a list. Here are your sign-up forms. You can do forms, general forms. You can even do a Facebook form. The general forms, what you always want to do, and this is your sign-up form that somebody would see when they are coming to your form. It's actually nice always to design it and put in a picture here. You can edit, you can use an image. You want to make sure that on their opt-in and their sign-up thank you page, they're almost finished. You want to make sure that you always put the information that they went to sign up for on this page. This page is the confirmation thank you page. That means that they have subscribed. You have them as a subscriber, which is key. As you will see, there's the sign up form, the sign up thank you, the opt-in confirmation email. Do not put any information, whether it's a preview call information or your freebie or anything on that. You want it on the confirmation thank you page. And I think we have wrapped up today's little tutorial. Thank you so much for always being here. And I'm glad we had a little hiccup with our list, because that is the reality. When we're launching any program, anything in our business, sometimes technology is not our best friend. And we need to stay calm, figure it out, sometimes refresh, sometimes even walk away and think clearly so we can move forward and build our business and go from feeling blah to blazing. And that means that you will attract the ideal client and make it happen. So with that being said, thanks so much, guys, and thanks for being on this. Bye-bye.